Welcome back, coders! In today's video, we'll go over how to install the Java Development Kit, also known as JDK for short. I'll show you how to manually download and install JDKs from different vendors. I'll show you an easier way to get most versions from most vendors straight from within NetBeans. Finally, we're going to cover some of the feedback and comments we received in the last video. Let's get started! Okay, one of the first places I go to when I want to know anything about the JDK is fuj.io. This page, you can find a whole lot of useful information about the releases, about features of each release of the JDK, and even events. So what's Fuj? Fuj is the central resource for the OpenJDK community's daily information needs, the community platform for the OpenJDK ecosystem that brings together and helps developers everywhere. Another one I found while doing some research for this video was jdkcomparison.com. In this case, you can find filters to select for version, vendors, VM, technologies, garbage collectors, different platforms, and even licensing. So you can play with the filters and then you can download or compare each of the JDKs and choose the one you want to download. In this case, I have selected all of these and I have already opened the respective download pages. So I'm going to be downloading JDKs 17 and 21 from Oracle, from Azul, from Microsoft, and Amazon. And finally, I'm also going to be using the Eclipse JDKs. So let's download. My platform is Windows, and I'm going to choose the MSI installer. So I'm going to download this one. I had already downloaded it, but I haven't installed it yet. So I'm going to try to install it right now. I only have Java 11, and I think I do have 17. So I'm not going to try to install 17 from Oracle. Once you start the installation, you'll be prompted for admin approval. So once you approve, you're going to be presented with different options, and it's just as simple as that. For JDK 17 is the same procedure. Right now I'm going to also be downloading Azul Zulu, in this case 17 for Windows, and the JDK in MSI format. Okay, so let's install this one as well. In this, I'm not going to be selecting the variables, and I'm not going to be allowing for registry keys to be installed. So administrator approval again. Once you approve, the installation should be as quick as the Oracle JDK one. Okay, so we're copying files. This usually takes less than, 20 seconds. There we go. Okay, we already have 17. Let's do 21 now. 21, Windows, JDK, MSI. Same procedure. We wait for the download. We install. I'm deselecting JavaSoft Oracle registry keys. Click Next. Click Install. Wait for the permission. Okay, and now we're gonna go to Microsoft. In the Microsoft website, you click on the download button, select the version, select your platform and architecture, your type, and just download the proper installer. As you can see, all the installers are basically the same, and I'm going to deselect associate jar in this case. I'm going to do the same thing with Amazon because they try to either change registry keys or associate file extensions with their own version of the JDK. This should take only a few seconds, and we click finish. That was 21. Now we're going to install 17. Okay, download it, click next, accept the terms of the license agreement, click next, don't associate the jar file extension with this executable. Okay, and finally, Amazon. For Amazon, we're going to do the same thing for Java 21. Select Windows, pick the MSI, download it, install it. And for setup environment, we're going to deselect all of these. Click Next, install. As you can see, most of these installations are very, very quick. So finally, we're going to pick Java 17 from Amazon. We're going to install it again. We're going to deselect the environment variables. We're going to deselect setup registry keys. We can install this. Wait for administrator permissions confirmation. That's it. Okay, and once Amazon is done, we're going to move to the Adoptium.net website. This one has a very similar set of filters where you can choose your operating system, your architecture, your package type, and the version. So I'm going to download the MSI. I'm going to open this file. Next, I'm not going to associate jar file extension, no registry keys, and no Java home. Okay, so click Next, confirm. And finish. We're going to do the same thing with Java 17. Click on the MSI, open file, next, and don't associate the file extension, next, install. Okay, finish, and we're done. Now we need to register all the JDKs with NetBeans. So in this case, I'm going to open NetBeans, and I'm going to tell NetBeans where each of the JDKs we just installed are located. Once we do this, we'll be able to select the JDKs we want. So in this case, I'm going to Tools, I'm going to Java Platforms, and I'm going to add a platform. I'm going to select Java Standard Edition, click Next. I'm going to select the location where the JDKs I just installed are. So in this case, I would pick JDK 21 or 17. As you can see, the folder is different because NetBeans recognizes each of these as a valid JDK. So in this case, we get Corretto 21, we click Finish, and we have just registered Corretto. Let's do the same thing with Corretto 17 and finish. We're going to do the same thing for each one of the JDKs we just installed. In this case, we're going to go to the Eclipse folder 17. This is Adoptium. Okay, finish. I'm going to add a platform. 21. Next. Finish. Add another platform. Next. And in this case, we're going to look for, well, we have Java. So 21. That's one we. I'm going to preface this with Oracle. And in this case, it's better so that I can remember that this is, usually I don't put Oracle because I know it's from Oracle. Alright, so that was Java. I have already downloaded GraalVM and installed it, but it's already registered with NetBeans. We could do that at the end to see how the one for Java 21 fares. So we go to Microsoft, Java 17, next, Microsoft JDK 17, add another platform, same, 21, next, finish, and I think we're only one vendor away, so I think we're only missing Zulu, and in this case, Zulu 17, finish, and add another platform, next, and Zulu 21, and finish. And we're done. We have registered all the JDKs we just installed, but I'm going to show you now an easier way to get each of these JDKs. If you click on Add Platform and select Download OpenJDK via fuj.io, you'll be presented with a list of vendors and versions for the OpenJDK. And you can easily select from this slider, or what I like to do is go to the Advanced tab, click on Early Availability. You can pick the distribution and you can pick the version, the architecture, the type, the same thing you had on all those websites, you can have it here. So once you select one of these, here's the MSI, and you click Next, you'll be prompted to where to download this JDK. So you can download this, and once you install it, you can register it. If you click Finish, this opens. You can install it from this location, go back to NetBeans, and then register it. And that's it. So as you can see, installing the OpenJDK is a very simple process, and it's also made a lot simpler by using Apache NetBeans. Okay, so now that we have registered the Java platforms in NetBeans, we're going to create a very small Java application, a Hello World application, just to test our JDKs. Alright, so I'm going to accept all the defaults. There we go. Now we have our Hello World, and you can check which JDK is being used to compile. In this case, it's JDK 17, and we can choose from this drop-down list all the ones we have registered. So let's choose Adoptium. Let's try to compile this. You can read that there's Eclipse Adoptium 17 here. Build success. Let's try to change it and do it with a different one. So let's compile with Microsoft 21. Okay. You see Microsoft JDK 21, and it works. Let's try to run it. We run this with Microsoft Hello World. Switch this again. And let's try now to use Oracle 21. We execute it again. When we run, here it is. Java 21, Hello World again. There you go. Now you have created your first Hello World application. Okay. So now we're going to address the comments that we received in the last video. In our last video, we got a comment from CSNZ Latino. He says, NetBeans looks so slow moving from file to file and so dated. And well, that's a fair criticism. I mean, it might look that way because I was also using an old laptop just to record the video. And I also slowed down some of the footage on purpose to make it clearer and to allow people to see what was going on in the screen. So don't put the slowness on NetBeans. It was probably my fault. I was trying to make it more readable. In this video, I didn't slow anything down, and I didn't also fast forward anything, so that you could see everything in real time, how it's supposed to be. And to prove that, I'm going to create a new file here. So actually, I'm going to show you something really cool. I'm going to go to Properties. I'm going to go to License Headers. I'm going to choose a license. Let's see, this one has a lot of text. So a license with a lot of text. And I'm going to use new Java class, license test. So here's my generated class. As you saw, it was not slower than any other IDE, and when you move from file to file, it's supposed to be as fast as any other IDE. I mean, last time I slowed down the footage on purpose in some parts. I also fast forwarded a whole lot, and I was also using an old laptop from 10 years ago. So, and this is also another thing that I would praise about NetBeans, that it runs in any hardware, no matter how old. It might seem slow or even dated, but this is what's the base of most of the JDK tools. If you look for JVisualVM, you'll see this is the exact same UI as it is used in NetBeans. Okay, if you have any more comments, leave them below, and I will address them in the next video. I'm also going to leave all the links in the description below if you guys want to check out the websites I visited. And let me know if you need anything else. I'm here. I'm going to make a series out of this, and I hope you stick around. Thank you. Happy coding.